the roots, he let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me. No.
We live from the boxing section, you dusty ass niggas. What's going on, man? We live from the boxing section, man. What's going on? Man, it's fight week, bro. Okay? And we got some shit to talk about. Alright? Shaquille Foster fighting for a belt. We got Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou. So it's a good day of boxing all the way around. From sun up to sundown, boxing will be on. Am I looking forward to Tyson Fury fighting? Yeah, not so much. Because we damn near know the outcome. But I'm looking forward to seeing Shaquille Foster defend his belt. This will be his first title defense. So we'll get to see what he's made of. We'll get to see if he's the real deal. You know, this is get him in the right direction. Shout out to my boy Money, man, DemonThomasAddicts.com. Shop DemonThomasAddicts.com. Yeah, man. So, yeah. What's up, bro, man?
What's happening?
So what's up, man? You up early or you up late? Which one is it?
I'm gonna be up for probably a couple of hours. I'm getting ready to leave Knoxville, Tennessee, heading back to my locality. And it's gonna be a wrap.
Okay, so what's your schedule now? Is it still late nights or what?
Mostly at night, but I do some day driving now too. It varies, man. Hold on, I gotta switch over, make sure I don't miss my turn onto the highway. Hold on just a second. Yeah, it varies, man.
JJ, salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you for sliding through here. So what do you think about Shaquille Foster?
I don't know. I'm so behind on fights right now.
Well, I know you know about the Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou fight.
Yeah, I know about that.
What's your position and opinion on that fight?
Well, we know Tyson Fury is going to be the better boxer. Just a matter of if my man can't knock Tyson out, he loses. Simply put.
Yeah.
Ain't no way to. I mean, there's no other analysis on that one that I can think of.
No, do you think Tyson Fury
out the win?
Do you think Tyson Fury can knock him out?
Well, any of those guys can be knocked out. It's just a matter of because I mean when big guys like that get into it, anybody's catch one and lay down. But it's just a matter if he catch him right. You know, you can be what's his name, Julio Cesar Chavez Senior back in the day. Who trying to at some you know he never did get knocked out. But if he had caught one that he didn't never that he never saw and it was a good one, he'd have laid down too. Somebody catch you with something you don't see, it can be over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's the ones you don't see, man, that hurts you the most, man.
That's right.
I tell you what, man, I'm looking forward to seeing you coming out here for this Devin Haney fight, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. You know what? I meant to get get my stuff set up Monday, this past Monday. But yeah, I'm heading that way. I might be about to get locked down anyway on
What you mean?
I gotta go and get my fun in before I get locked down.
What you mean locked down?
Man,
You the
I don't know,
side
man.
nigga. What you mean? Dude,
I know I was, man, but
what you mean you was, man? You ain't playing long enough.
Nah, the gal I'm crazy about, man, I ain't gonna be able to do it to her. I mean, I can do it to her now, but I ain't gonna be able to do it to her later. I ain't gonna be able to side nigga her out. She ain't going for it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Who we talking about?
Yeah. It's the first one you met.
Oh.
Yeah, they finally retired the other one.
So basically, I'll be your best friend. I want you around me all the time, cause I'll be your best friend.
Yeah, something old. I call it something old, something new.
Yeah. Okay. Well, well, listen, I understand that.
Yeah, they didn't want to let me get away with all the rest. They knew I was kicking with all the rest. Cause I mean, they were like my best friend for sure. But it is what it is. We always have liked each other, but we kept it respectful. Never did try to cross the lines or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
so what do you think your ex-wife is
remember that was out there in Vegas?
Yeah. No, I'm saying.
Yeah.
What do you think your ex-wife is gonna say though, if she figure out like, y'all?
She'll be pissed, but I mean, she, like you said, ex. She the ex. It don't matter. Hey, I gotta go for happiness, man. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. My other gal that I've been kicking it with since last year. She the one. I mean, from a business and financial aspect of everything, that's who I should be with. But it ain't all about that for me. It's all about my happiness, man, and what's gonna make me. I mean, this person knows me better than anybody as far as females. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like I know them better than I know the rest. I know what I'm getting from. You know what I'm saying? And now the other chick, that I've been kicking with for the past year almost. She don't want to. She won't. I can't get rid of her, man. I've been trying to bad, man, but she won't go anywhere. She goes somewhere for about 2 days, and then she won't come back pleading and begging and making me feel bad, all that other kind of stuff. And she knows.
Sound like you gotta can't quit me, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Hey,
you just come here dropping bones and shit.
Hey, she's willing to be the extra chick just to be on the team. Said, you go on out there, do whatever you want to, as long as I get a little time, I'm good. And if
you know what that's called, Senso? That is a grown woman right there. That is a grown woman. I want you. I don't need you, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But see, she in deep, man. She is. I put in about 48 straight minutes of stroking nonstop. One no pause and no stopping. I shouldn't have done it like that though. That's what got me in trouble with it now.
Yeah,
Hey, I gotta start working out, boy. Get these legs working.
So it's mine over better. Sometimes with her, man, I can put that time in. With old girl, she was 25 by my tops. Old girl got that good slide in and out, boy. She got that excitement. But she ain't. I'm gonna tell you, the gal that says she's cool with me kicking it with other people and all that. She got the excitement. I mean, she work hard. She put a lot of effort in. Old girl that y'all saw, she got that good slide in, right? But it's exciting as far as being adventurous, doing some extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do some training. That's the only thing I'm worried about, man. For these past 25 years, I've been getting taken care of whenever it did go down. You know, I've been getting taken care of head to toe. And this one, she don't want to play right. She let you slide in and out of that thing, but she don't want to do nothing else, man. I need some earlobes kissed on. I need some neck licked on and some titty nipples, some chest nipples, something on. I need all that. So she just want to lay there and get hammered and ride you real good. And I appreciate all that. It's good. It's tremendously good. You know what you're doing.
Yeah. Say what it is. That woman wearing your ass out.
No, she hold back. She actually hold back on me right now because she know old gal up in Kentucky's still crazy about me, and she know I still communicate with her. She know that, and she don't know I'm dealing with her physically, but I got to go through a serve up every now and then. You know, just keep things cool. It's another reason why I'm giving her some work every now and again because I'll tell y'all about that off air. But it's
I'm glad I got both of y'all on here, Kyle.
What's up, dog?
So man, like we gonna talk about what happened last night, or we just gonna let it ride? Monday night, excuse me.
Yeah, we're gonna let that ride, baby.
We're gonna let it ride. All right, cool. Cinto, I appreciate y'all so much.
Give y'all like good players. I know, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that so
every
much.
Time we get every time we go through a few years of some players being productive, when they don't want to pay them some money or something, man, they go up there. They got Julio Jones, they got Brown. Now y'all got Viner or whatever.
Bayard, yeah.
Bayard, yeah. Man, hey, I don't know who y'all get. Y'all might get our running back next, but y'all got a good running back. So y'all good on that.
Nah, we got plenty of running backs here. We signed a running back in the offseason. We ain't even using and Rashad Penny. So I think I don't think we'll sign another running back.
I like Swift though.
I love Swift. I thought Swift was the perfect fit for our offense. But if Derrick Henry goes to Dallas, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Buffalo. I think Buffalo would be the best spot for him.
Ooh.
If he went to Buffalo, that would be the best spot for him, for real.
Yeah, man. My coach got to understand that he can't run niggas into the ground this early in the fucking season.
Say what?
I said my coach got to understand he can't fucking run us into the ground this early in the goddamn season. There's no reason why
y'all. That's how y'all built, though. Y'all team built for that.
We ain't built for
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that your pieces, they bodies don't hold up. You got Kittle playing with stuff, but I mean, like I was telling one of my homies Sunday night after we beat the Dolphins, and first thing that he wanted to holler was, "Oh man, they got injuries." I'm like, man, it's like week 7. Everybody got injuries. You know what I mean? So you look at the 49ers with Debo out and Christian McCaffrey coming off an injury. Trent Williams was out.
Brock Purdy had a damn concussion.
Brock Purdy got a concussion because he got his ass whipped. Yeah, they was fucking him around Monday, but that's neither here nor there, man.
But
He
I
got to
want to
make
Like,
say
them. He got to
the
make them
first game that
throws,
they
man.
lost, that first game they lost toward the end, them referees made two crucial.
No,
They
no,
missed two crucial calls that they should have called, man. That they didn't. Either they called them wrong or they didn't call them or something. I forget, but that affected that game for San Francisco, man. That was crazy. I mean, it was obvious. I mean,
You know they robbed us, but
crazy.
we allowed ourselves to get robbed because the game shouldn't have been that goddamn close.
It shouldn't have been that close.
You
I
know,
agree, but at the
facts.
same time, referees shouldn't have the right to make games be decided like that, in my opinion.
I mean, I
I've always
gave y'all a mulligan for that first one, especially. That's the same week we lost to the Jets, and I really
yeah.
don't like to blame injuries, man. But that was the week y'all was without Debo and Christian McCaffrey, right? So I kind of like, I was like, all right, cool. You know, we got fucked around. Well, Jalen fucked the game off, and we lost Lane Johnson, and we lost and Darius Slay didn't play, and Jalen Carter
Jalen
didn't
threw them
play.
interceptions. Yeah,
Yeah, man. He turned the
yeah,
ball over 3 times. I think he threw 2
yeah.
picks and it was a sack fumble. So,
I
you
was
know,
real
I'm gonna
upset
tell
with
you
him
this,
about that.
DJ. I'm gonna tell you this,
it was
DJ.
just one of them days, man. But
That
y'all
sack
gonna have to
fumble
figure
hurt
something
bad.
out.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If we don't get healthy, you can kiss the baby. See, y'all got a way of working. Y'all been injured for so long, for so many years that y'all
They
know how to
deep
do
up there,
the.
man.
Listen,
Philadelphia deep.
they know how to do the next man up shit because y'all done had to do the next man up shit for so many years and so long. We trying to do this next man up shit, but it ain't working. All right, it just ain't working, brother. I'm telling you right now, we next man up, and he come up and he ain't doing a goddamn thing.
No, man. No, I can't let you do that because Jennings stepped up Monday.
Listen,
And Ayuk
listen,
stepped up. I
listen.
just felt like, to me,
DJ,
I felt
DJ,
like
DJ,
your
DJ.
defense got wore out more than anything. I don't think it was the offense that lost that game Monday. I felt like your defense got wore out.
But nigga, when you turn the ball over, dog, you know
Yeah,
that
them 2
gives us some
turnovers
credit.
didn't come until the end though. Like they came at the end when they was trying to like.
Now, one of them was early. He threw 3 picks, I think it was.
Yeah. Well, hold on, I'm finna
And
run in the
listen,
store real quick.
yeah.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
And to be real with you, if he just backed the ball down, Buddy don't even get that damn touchdown.
I dozed off on that game Monday night. I was trying to watch it.
Man, your old
I
ass.
didn't work Monday night or Tuesday night. I worked during the day though, but
Your old ass
I get to
always
see it.
sleeping now, man.
And I you know what I ended up doing? I woke up about 12 something at night and then go back to sleep. I dozed off and on. I did that last night. A lot of nights when I don't drive, I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I can't go back to a solid sound sleep. I'll be up for a minute, then I'll doze off, then I'll be up for a minute, I'll doze off.
No doubt about it. So what you think about
Yeah, I was supposed to, when I was looking at the tickets last week and flights and hotels and all that, I forgot to say, matter of fact, I need to go and get that flight. But go ahead, I'm listening. I ain't gonna be.
So what do you think about the fights coming this way? The David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andre. What's your opinion and what's your?
I think it's gonna be an exciting fight. I think Demetrius might be a little bit more durable than the homie Caleb. If Demetrius fight like the old Demetrius, I think it's gonna be an exciting fight. It's gonna be a learning process for David also. If he can handle David's punches and his speed, because David, if he gets you lined up on the rope or something, that speed he can put on, it could be something. But I don't think he'll be able to do all that to Demetrius though. But I don't know. That's a 50-50 to me, man. because David is he's a beast, man. He's a beast, and Demetrius can get down with the best of him himself, man. It just depends on what we're gonna see that day.
Man, Demetrius Andrade has to win this fight. This is a must win for him. I think if David loses, especially in a close fight, I think he can rebound from this because he's still fairly young, man. He can rebound from this, and he's already a 2-time champion in that division. Only thing it'll really mess up for him is getting that Canelo fight, which is looking like he's probably not going to get anyway. So
I don't think Canelo gonna fight either one of these cats.
No. I know Canelo's probably jumping over the moon that these two guys, one of these guys, are going to wipe each other out.
Yeah.
So
Chris,
you know,
Chris?
as far as it goes when it comes to fighting him, but for Demetrius Andrade's legacy, I definitely think he needs to beat David Benavidez. Like, people can poo-poo David Benavidez all they want to, all who's he fought. That man is a 2-time champion in that weight class, and he's still undefeated. That would mean something for Demetrius Andrade to beat him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What's up, gang?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
The bad guys back in town. What's up?
That's an accomplishment in itself. What's up, man? Because David has proven to be tough as they come, man.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Bro,
be.
this is a 50-50. This is a 50-50 fight for me. I do believe that.
Oh, for sure.
I think that
it's a 50-50
David's
fight.
more active. The activity is always a plus. David's more active, has more pressure, more punches and bunches, more power. But Demetrius is so awkward, is a good boxer, can win rounds on boxing. I don't know if he has enough power to get David off of him. It could be a Caleb Plant kind of looking thing. A little bit better, though.
I'd say Andrade has more power than David.
I don't think he can get hit as easily and as much.
Wait. You think Andrade has more power than Benavidez?
Yeah, Benavidez, it's an accumulation. David doesn't get tired, and he beats on you. And guys melt under that pressure.
He's not a one-punch knockout.
David ain't necessarily just cracking guys. He just beat on you for an elongated amount of time.
Till your body gives out.
Yeah, I get you on that.
He beats you down.
But I've seen Demetrius Andrade ice dudes. So, especially when he was at 54.
Yeah, and I think that has to do with like his accuracy and placement. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's very, very precise, and his movement, his footwork. And that's why I say this might be the best fight at 168. Depending on how y'all feel about Morrell, I think he's a little unproven, but I'll say as far as like I've seen tape on both dudes.
I agree with you on that. I'm gonna say it's one of the best 168 fights. It's a really good fight. Just the hypeness that I have for Caleb and Benavidez, I got that same feeling, if not more, for these two, David and Demetrius.
But
now,
but this
I
comes.
agree that Morrell kid is. I like to see him take a few more fights first before he jump in there with David.
Absolutely. Now, what I'm kind of disappointed in this news, it's only a rumor.
Mix. Put his ass in there.
Yeah, well, of course, but my whole thing is I was thinking going into this, okay, winner should get Canelo, right? Winner, because there's two dudes that Canelo's been ducking for years. So, like, you can't use the whole who have you fought when they both fought each other to get to you. And he was telling people, you guys should fight each other first, right? So they're doing that. And now you talk about fighting Jaime Munguia, who has ducked every big fight he's ever been offered. And you're still not fighting the winner of this?
Except for Jamal Charlo. That's the one I'll give him. I agree with you up to that, but I'll give him Jamal Charlo. Oscar fucked that fight off. So I'll give you the rest of them except for Jamal Charlo.
But you got straight title shots that he's turned down, bro. Like, and you're gonna pick Munguia.
I'm with you.
So how does all his shit he said before apply to Munguia? Who has Munguia fought? Who has he beat? How has he earned the Canelo fight? You know what I'm saying? And then you were saying you weren't gonna fight Mexicans when it was Benavidez, and now you ready to fight Munguia.
Yeah, we know what that is, Max, because who had Abney Yildirim fought? Who had John Ryder fought? Who had Rocky Fielding fought?
You know what this reminds me of? You know what this reminds me of, DJ? It reminds me of the wise words of Gordon Bombay. Ducks fly together. You feel me? Canelo and
In the
Munguia,
words
both
of
some
the great
fucking
philosopher
ducks, bro.
Gordon Bombay.
Gordon Bombay.
Ducks fly together. Quack, quack, quack.
Flying V.
You feel me? The triple deke. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Is that from the movie Mighty Ducks?
Mighty
Hell
Ducks,
yeah.
yes, sir.
Childhood
I know
favorite
you were
right
probably like 45 when that movie came out, Santos, but yeah, that you right. My OG.
Yeah, man. But I mean, you also had David Benavidez before this Andrade. Like the Andrade fight came out of nowhere for me. Like I didn't see that coming. But
I mean, I
because
love the way Benavidez is
think it was
moving
even a
because
possibility because a lot of steam was behind Morrell, right? It was everybody was talking
it
about
was either or.
Morrell Benavidez.
It was either or, and that's why I fuck with David because he was like, I'm either fighting Morrell or I'm fighting Boo Boo, no one else. And it's like, and he just came off fighting Plant, so you're only fighting factors. Like this motherfucker Canelo's like, I'll fight him and McGee if he beats John Ryder, who Canelo just fucking destroyed, who he should have never fought. It's like that's what it is. If McGee beats John Ryder, he gets you. But if David beats Boo Boo or Boo Boo beats David, they still gotta wait. What the fuck?
Yeah. So that's the rumor. That's the rumor.
That's the rumor
Man,
that they're going to the
you hear,
zone.
like it's been a lot of rumors out here lately, man. Because I was damn near convinced like we were gonna get Jose Ramirez and Teofimo Lopez on Heisman night. That was the rumor I was hearing. Now you hearing, Tio going at I see what he's doing, and he's kind of crazy like a fox about doing it. He's kind of needling Tank a little bit. They just gonna keep him over there fighting C-level, B-level competition. They got a plan for him. He's really not gonna fight anybody. I was like, you're smart, Tio. I see what you're doing. You attack that pride. You attack that ego. So especially coming off the performance that Tio came off of, like you look at Devin fighting Regis, and I'm fighting Josh Taylor's, and we've already moved up, and they just gonna keep him down there fighting whoever he's fighting, man. It's okay, we get it.
Hey, I got a love-hate relationship with Tio because the way he was moving before that Taylor fight, I was like, fuck this nigga. But after that Taylor fight, I gotta give him all the respect because I fuck with Josh Taylor. I think he's a great fighter. I mean, he was obviously inactive at the time, but that's a caveat. It's whatever. I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. But his performance against Josh Taylor, I'm like, yo, when Tio does his thing, he does his fucking thing. Same thing with Lomachenko, same thing with, you know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes he don't do his thing and he talks a lot and doesn't back it up. But as a boxer, it's like he got skill, bro, and he's still very young, and he has beat the two lineal champions in the last two weight divisions.
Man, I recognize that Tio was going through some personal shit, and he said he was injured, and looking at Kambosos' last three performances and looking at Tio's last three performances, I can believe that. I can believe that. Even though Sandor Martin was a bad matchup for him, right? Looking at the way he performed,
they gave him that fight.
Looking at the way he knocked out Compa, and looking at the way he completely styled on Josh Taylor, right? Outclassed him, right? Looking at those performances, I think that holds water now. Before it just sounded like an excuse because you was talking a lot of shit before the fight, but now looking back on it and especially looking at the way Kambosos has looked. Now, one of them was against Devin, but the fact that you beat Tio and you weren't even competitive, like those fights weren't even competitive. It's not like one fight was back and forth and the second fight was a whitewash. Both fights were complete wipeouts. And in my opinion, I thought he lost to Maxie Hughes.
I do too.
He did.
So
a draw.
You look at Kambosos' last three fights, right? I'm starting to think Tio's argument or his excuse holds water.
No, I ain't gonna give him that because I'm gonna tell you why.
Hold on. No.
Tio puts that fight back so many times. He puts that fight back so many times. It's his own fault.
I was in the building. Shout out to Reggie Owens. I was in the building. Kambosos won that fight.
Yeah.
He didn't look good, but he won that fight.
Oh, we all saw him
I
win the
never
fight.
bothered to
Like, there's no
rewatch it to
debate.
actually
Yeah,
score it.
there's no debate who actually won the fight. We're saying T.O. claims that he was compromised in that fight. And you look at these guys' last few performances.
But that's his
You
fault.
Oh no,
know,
Kyle's
it
talking
kinda
about
like-
Kyle's talking
He
about
postponed
Kambosos'
that fight
last
so
fight.
much. He postponed that fight so much for so long. That's just I got it. That's on him.
Kyle's talking about Kambosos' last fight. He's saying Kambosos won the Maxie Hughes fight.
I disagree,
They gave it to
but
him when
you
he
know
lost.
it's cool.
But I will say this: I went into that fight thinking this is a what do you call that? A comeback fight, you know, easy fight for Kambosos. So I didn't sit down and score it. You know what I mean? And I never went back to score it because I don't give a fuck about it. But it
I
didn't
did.
look good.
But I felt like he lost.
The same way Pitbull
I
didn't
felt
look
like
good in
Kambosos
his
lost
last
that fight.
fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
All that.
He got to give me two. I was there. He got to give me. He got his butt whooping that fight. I was there.
So
They rolled
I
that
mean,
boy.
but
They rolled that boy bad against Kid Wood.
hey, Santos, you coming out here for Dev or what?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do my plane ticket as I'm driving.
Oh, you coming out to the Bay for Dev?
Yeah, I got a little something I got.
Oh, I'm about to meet my OG. Let's do it, boy. Let's go. Hell yeah. I'm trying to meet the motherfuckers I ain't met yet, you know, and see some familiar faces also. But, you know, I ain't met you yet. So, I mean, this is a good one right here. The homie Hannibal's coming out from Chicago, too. So, we're going to have a little rendezvous. Just don't leave nothing in your car because it will get broken into. Just know that.
I'll be carless.
That's the best bet in being in the Bay, bro. You better off just Ubering and public transportation everywhere. But yes, sir. Man, that's gonna be a good one. I got that day requested off. We in there. Man, oh man. What y'all got for this weekend, man? Like, I know we all know what's gonna happen, but is anyone tuning in?
Man, I'm watching football and Shaqy Foster, man. I don't, what fight you talking about?
Tyson and Ngannou.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
Oh yeah, that.
They need to honestly. Tyson Fury needs to end that fight. I hated the Floyd fight because he was playing with his food. Just dispatch the fighter. Dispatch this guy who's not a pure boxer at all. Just dispatch him quickly and get it over with. That's what I don't like about this exhibition
And
fight.
Ngannou won't go that easy. He's not a boxer, but he's not necessarily that he's going to go that easy. He might be able to take a punch better than you think. Tyson Fury, even though he's been getting knockouts here of late, he hasn't always been a knockout artist. So I mean, I think I don't know if it's going to go that easy. Man, I ain't saying that Ngannou. If he
He's
Nganou's
good play
gonna have
with
to
his
get a
food.
knockout
That's
to
what I'm
win.
saying.
He's going to have to get a knockout to win.
Did you guys watch
I don't know if it's gonna
the
be that
face
easy
off?
for Tyson to knock him out.
Did you guys watch the face off by any chance?
No, I haven't seen it.
Hey, just so Ngannou was talking about how Tyson's team requested a large ring, and Tyson said, "I ain't request shit. I'll let them handle that. I don't care about that." And so Tyson goes, "So do you think I'm about to just stick and move on you and stick the jab and dance around because I got a big ring?" And Ngannou's like, "I don't know." And Tyson's like, "Nope, I'm gonna meet you right in the middle." He's like, "Everybody said that Wilder was the biggest puncher. I knocked him out. I didn't run from him." You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "I'm gonna do the same with you." So I think Tyson might just try to get him out of there. Because one, he doesn't want to take a lot of damage before that Usyk fight. I think he's best off just trying to get him the fuck out of there early, and then getting prepared for Usyk, which I'm really excited for. I feel like that is an underrated fight. Heavyweights are always the king of the world. Unfortunately, they're not Americans right now, but I mean, those are the two best heavyweights in the fucking division right there, and it's gonna. I think that's a great fight.
That's debatable.
Who's better than the two of them?
Deontay.
Deontay lost already twice.
Yeah, I think Deontay's number 2 at heavyweight, and I know Usyk is winning, but he only faced Joshua and Tony.
Who was the other guy that was questionable?
I mean, he hadn't faced that many with Tony and Joshua. Who else he faced?
Did he face Andy Cruz? Andy Ruiz, my mistake.
Nah, I think it was Chisora, Dillian White. Oh no, that was Tyson. Chisora, and then he did 2 with Joshua. You know,
And to
but
me, like, and Max and Santos. To me, when I look at Tyson's resume, people always bring up that he beat did he beat Vitaly or did he
Vladimir.
Yeah, but by the time
he styled on Vladimir.
Yeah, no, but Vladimir was past his prime. We have to admit, like, Vladimir wasn't the Vladimir that we saw.
Yeah, but everybody gives Joshua all that credit for being Vladimir way after that. And it was life or death.
Yeah, I think Vladimir was still capable of winning fights at the time when he fought Tyson Fury. I think the awkwardness of Tyson Fury. Tyson made that an ugly looking fight, and he stuck and moved on. He's such a big guy, so it was a little different for. And Tyson don't go out, as we know, he don't get knocked out easy either.
The only guy that knocked him out was the guy that we talked about earlier.
Well, Deontay got him, but he didn't get the credit for it.
You talking about Cunningham that knocked him down?
That was a knockdown. That wasn't a knockdown.
Yeah, that's knocked down. No one's ever stopped him. He got that gypsy magic, man.
He was stopped. It just didn't go. But that's a whole another subject.
I mean, the only argument is maybe the third fight count, because the first fight it was on point. If you look at the seconds on the clock, it was on point.
That's the fight that should have went Deontay's way by points or knockout, in my opinion. And when every time I scored a fight, I got Deontay winning that fight.
Yeah, and people and what makes with this Usyk fight, guys, Santos, Max, and DJ and Kyle, what people forget, people are assuming that Usyk is gonna let him lean on him like that. Like,
he's not gonna engage in clinches. If he's smart, he has footwork.
Nah, he gonna move around.
I think Usyk has better footwork than Tyson.
Yeah, he got some great footwork.
He's a cruiserweight, of course.
And I think he's a better inside fighter than Tyson, like in the clinch and close up.
Yeah, and people forget Usyk had to have great footwork because in general, the cruiserweight division really doesn't have a lot of knockout artists. Those fights always went the distance in general.
Yeah, that's true. See, but that's my thing about Usyk is like, I know cruiserweight is a no-name division. There's not a lot of people come out there that you know and you're champion, but he was undisputed and moved up just like anyone else. So if you want to give all these other people credit for doing so, you got possibly Terrence Crawford moving up. You got Devin, who is moving up, and everyone's like, "Oh, look at this." Usyk did the same thing. He moved up to the most dangerous division in boxing. No catch weight, no weight limit, no you're overweight.
He fought
or
heavyweight.
acclimating.
He fought heavyweight in some world competition. He beat Joe Joyce.
And Charles Martin. I think he beat Charles Martin and Joe Joyce.
Yeah. And at cruiser he beat David Hay, right? And some other like good named people. So that's what I'm saying.
Martis Breedis.
So Usyk, I feel like Usyk is being. I mean, because we see Tyson, he's been in some blockbuster fights.
He's a hell of a fighter.
I think Usyk could point it out and win. And I don't know about stopping Tyson because Tyson's got a hell of a chin, even if he gets knocked down. But I think he'll point it out. I don't think he's gonna get caught in those clinches. If he's smart, he's not gonna let Tyson lean on him and use the weight. Because when they get close, he has great inside fighting. He's gonna work. Now, when we saw him get exposed a little bit by Dubois with them body punches. If Tyson goes to that body early, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's why it's hard for me to pick Usyk in this fight, seeing what I saw in that.
He got a gift in that Dubois. He got a gift in that Dubois fight.
Right. That's why it's hard for me to pick Usyk.
Yeah. No, and Tyson Fury is not the issue with Tyson.
We lost you, Ant.
I think the problem
and I get it.
Worry about what he got to worry. What he is going to mostly have to worry about with Tyson Fury is his range and reach, and the fact that he can box. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna
Yeah.
it's not gonna be no
No,
Joshua
but
type
what I
deal.
was, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we
Is it
got
better?
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
what I was saying was with Usyk specifically, like Tyson leans on people that the reason why Deontay got tired is because he let Tyson lead. Deontay really didn't push him off. He allowed Tyson to get away with that the whole fight.
Yeah, he waited for the
Man,
ref to break him up.
see, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about that. Yeah, that affected Deontay, but Deontay, my guy. But Deontay, what really tired him out in the second and third fight? Anxiety. He wanted to. He wanted in his heart to knock Tyson Fury out so much that he goes in that ring. He's all pumped up and with adrenaline, and he's swinging for the fences, man. And both fights, by the time the third round come around, there he's gassed, and he gets caught.
Yeah, he
Got
has to get
caught
his,
both
his
times,
second win.
same round. You know,
Taking
it
the
went down
losses,
went down
taking
in the
away his
same round.
loss, taking away his losses. Like, does Deontay have the same fear and respect that, let's say, Tyson had when he was like knocking
No,
people out?
no.
I don't know about. Well, I mean,
Right now, there's too many
I don't
questions
think
about
I
Wilder.
don't think
Well,
there's I
I
don't think
mean,
there's
well,
I don't
everybody,
think
you
there's
still got guys not lining up to fight him. Ain't nobody lining up to fight. Anybody in a hurry to fight
But I
him.
think that's
So
more of a money issue than a fear thing.
I
That
don't think that
motherfuckers want to
any.
get paid.
I don't
It's
think
a
we have
mixture of
any
both to
fighters
me.
like
I
that
think
right now.
it's fear and the money, Max.
Oh yeah, because in case you do get knocked out, you do want to be compensated for it.
or you can use money to disguise the fear.
That's why I think AJ's been avoiding
Okay,
Tyson.
but when I say money, I'm not only talking about Wilder's opponents. I'm talking about Wilder himself.
Nah.
After all the money he saw from Tyson, he's not trying to take less than that for a blockbuster fight, or at least not significantly less than
I
that.
mean, that's why he's
He might.
going
Especially at
after
the end of his
guys
career,
who.
bro. He's fucking like
That's
37,
why the
38 years
only
old.
guys you see him actually, it's only two guys that he's been rumored of fighting, and
Joshua
those
Reed.
are two former champions who
Yep.
he could possibly make some money with.
And I like
So
that attitude because don't fight another fucking Hellenius, bro. Like, I don't want to see that shit at this point in your career. You came off of fucking
Hellenius
one
is
of the
highly
greatest
ranked in that
trilogies in the
division.
history of fucking heavyweight division.
Yeah,
I think
Hellenius was highly ranked in that division though. So
And he coming off
That's
2
because he
wins.
beat fucking
I mean, a few
Kalnaki, who ended up
wins
being a
actually.
bust.
Yeah, for me, I think the best fight because of his lack of mental focus right now. I think the best fight for take advantage of AJ. AJ's not all there for some reason.
Oh,
AJ might not want it.
so that's a pay-per-view fight with no belts on the line, with losing records. That it's just it doesn't. That's
That's the
gonna be like
biggest.
that's like Mike
That's the
Tyson and
biggest
Roy
fight.
Losing
Jones when they were
records.
50, bro. Motherfuckers still gonna watch it no matter what.
That's the
Losing
biggest fight.
records. What do you mean? They have winning records.
No,
That's
I'm
the
saying
biggest
I'm saying
money
with
fight
losses
right now.
on their record. It was bigger when they were undefeated with belts, but it still
It's
it
still
barely
big.
lost
It's
any
still big.
steam.
That's the biggest fight that can be made right now, money wise.
even in
Pay-per-view
even in
wise,
the
right
heavyweight
now.
division, still that is the biggest fight in the heavyweight division, even
Money
with the
wise,
two other
yeah.
guys having the belts.
I think
Yep.
it's the biggest fight regardless. Heavyweight
In
any
boxing?
division. Yeah.
Ooh, I
See,
think
we don't. I think it's gonna do more.
Bud and Canelo might be crazy.
Well, we
Yeah,
don't know
I
if
don't
they're
see
gonna
that
happen.
fight happening.
And
People need to
J-
stop trying to push that.
Javante and somebody, Javante and whoever he picks might be kind of crazy too.
No,
How about
I think you don't see this match.
how about Ryan versus Tio?
No.
Nah, pay-per-view wise, nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, because look,
I
pay-per-view
mean,
wise, the
we
only people
love
are
it.
selling is
We love
Canelo.
it as fans, but who gonna really pay for it though?
It's still Canelo, Joshua, and Tank as far as pay-per-view sales, money wise. It's still them guys. And Jake Paul. As much as people don't want to admit it, but yeah, and Jake Paul.
We're talking about official boxing.
No, but we're just talking about pure money as far as what's going to make the most money. What's making that over $1 million pay-per-view buy?
If that's the case, we're gonna call
Wilder
Jake Paul
Joshua is
the face.
doing that.
We're gonna call Jake Paul the face.
No, I think I think Tank's still overall on average outselling more, but because I mean Logan Paul in his last one just did 1.3,
Yeah, that
which is
might
the
be
biggest
influenced.
pay
They're
per view of the year
influencers. That's
so
why they
far.
made that much.
Hey, but look at that though. Look at that. The people we say that ain't even real boxing. Guess what? The rest of the world tuned into that more than any other boxing match of the year. More than the undisputed welterweight, and more
It
than
was promoted the
previously,
right
which
way.
was Tank and Ryan.
But they got strong internet followers. They was promoted the correct way. I mean, they doing everything the right way, man, for their audience.
Do you think Floyd would ever fight Logan or Jake?
He fought Logan.
He fought Logan.
How about Jake?
That's different. Jake really got some pop, but that would be crazy.
He probably would if the
But-
money got.
But that would have to be. He's only going to do exhibition. I think right now Jake's doing pro, so that's the part I would.
I was going through Twitter recently, and a hardcore Devin fan posted this like lineup for Devin and stuff like that, and he said this is his setup: a Regis, of course, then Ryan, then Subriel Matias, then Tio. I'm like, I don't think he fights Subriel. Like, I don't
need
think
to leave Matias alone. You need to leave Matias last.
Matias is on that undercard. That Benavidez undercard. Hey, that Benavidez card is a pretty good card.
Matias is he's a rough, tough man.
That Benavidez card is a good card. You got Matias on that undercard.
I think he's the toughest middleweight out there right now, personally.
Junior middleweight. I mean, light heavyweight, lightweight.
I mean light heavyweight.
Super.
I mean lightweight. My bad. Yeah.
Super lightweight.
Who, Matias?
Yeah.
Super lightweight?
Nah.
No, not super light.
Devin Haney just entered the division, so I would have to say no still.
No, I think Matias is the toughest thing in that right now.
The lack of power for Devin worries me at 147.
The Russell kid is tough, but he had a little challenge.
I just don't see the defense. I don't see the defense and footwork, and I haven't seen Matias fight off the back foot yet with someone else that could pressure him. So, he got power though. He got power. He got speed. He can land his shots, but I haven't seen the footwork yet.
Yeah, no, but with Devin specifically, does he? I don't. When Matias feels is, we've complained with Devin specifically that he constantly doesn't sit down on his shots. We better hope he does that against Regis. Yeah, if he doesn't do that against Regis and Regis doesn't respect his power, you really think Matias is gonna respect his power?
It's not. Here's the thing. I mean, we might have to come to the conclusion that Dev may never be the one punch knockout artist.
He's not, man. Like you either got that shit or you don't.
yeah, but he'll have enough to keep people honest. Like I say, he don't have knockout power. He has watch out power. You still have to watch out for it. It's enough to make you honest. Where you're like, yeah, this motherfucker ain't knock me out with it, but it's stiff and I can't get in on him. Like, and that's the thing. Like Devin may never be. He might get a couple knockouts here and there on some good shots. Accuracy shots, not power. But like to be like, well, Devin got enough power to do this, and Devin's chin is this and that. Well, he's technically still never been knocked down. Most of your favorite fighters have been at least dropped once. Like he's never been knocked down. He was Bambi leg going back to the corner at the end of the rounds, which can be said like, hey, he heard the clap of 10 seconds. He got a little, little not irresponsible on defense and got caught.
No, but I'm not saying he has to have one punch knockout power, Max. What I'm saying, his watch out power to me is not enough at 140 to get respect from these power punchers at 140.
I'm hoping he's stronger. I'm hoping he's stronger at 140. We'll see.
And he doesn't sit down on his punches. Like his watch out power is not consistent enough to where Devin doesn't sit down on the shots a ton.
But here's the thing though, against Regis, right? It's like I don't think it's a good idea to sit down on your shit. You need your feet. In order to sit down, you need to stay planted. I don't think it's a good idea to stay planted to allow Regis to get a counter off. You need to stay on your toes and be able to and get out. I think he's gonna make Regis look silly, honestly. And I fuck with Regis. I think Regis might get a big shot off here and there to make it exciting, but I think it might be Kambosos all over again.
when it
I'm gonna
comes
say
to
that
like,
if he's got enough power to keep people respectful, like Mayweather used to do, with his
Yep.
boxing skills, he'll be okay as long as he can take what they give him. You know, and I think he can take punches. He got caught by old boy, but hey, he didn't see that punch. He
no,
played
but
around. He got off his
Matias's
game.
power is different. You have to
I
admit.
know.
Yeah, Matias
But I'm
is.
saying, but I'm saying if he's got enough himself to make people respect him, putting those combinations together, being an intelligent boxer, and use that sweet science can take him a long way.
What
But
was
Matias is a dangerous.
I wonder if Tank just said this to promote a fight, but he said this in an interview recently, like a few months ago, that skills pays the bills thing takes you as far as can take you as far as you can, but if you don't have enough power
I agree
to
with him.
get someone's respect, it means nothing. Like that boxing. That's why people say Devin runs the whole fight. Feels like he's not engaging enough.
I don't feel like Devin runs.
Nah.
I think he stands there.
Or he doesn't engage enough. He's not engaging enough for some reason.
I don't know about that either.
He's not trying to get caught with counters. Like
he looked like a good. He looked like he's been doing some good boxing to me.
Do you guys think Devin do you guys feel Devin's one-dimensional in his punch selection? Like how he throws it seems like he over-relies on the jab because he doesn't really have a huge toolbox when it comes to his punches.
I think we saw a way better toolbox at Lomachenko, man. He was working that boy.
Yeah. I think Devin is a well-rounded fighter. That's what I think. He just lack a little power.
Like good at everything, great at nothing.
He's a jack of all trades fighter.
Yeah,
basically.
for sure.
He's a bigger Nonito. He reminds me a little bit of Nonito.
Nah, hell nah.
He's way more technically sound than Nonito.
Way more.
I'm gonna say
my mistake. Sweepy.
I think he's a level under Shakur when it comes to his.
I say my mistake. I didn't know why I said Nonito. I meant to say Sweepy Parnell.
He definitely got the defense.
Panel had enough power to make you respect him. He had enough power to make you respect him. And he was
Parnell known for not knocking people out?
At first, for a while.
But he wasn't considered a knockout artist, but he knocked quite a few people out.
Yeah, no, and I understand why people like his fans are saying the Subriel because of the lack of footwork, but like when you look at Subriel to me is like kind of like a David Benavidez where their lack of footwork is compensated for their punch placement. Like their footwork is very odd in a sense where if you've seen breakdowns of David's fights, his back foot turns in when he fight. Like, have you noticed that, Santo?
Which David are you speaking of?
Benavidez?
Benavidez?
Yeah, David Benavidez. Like,
I hadn't watched his footwork that closely because he to me he does most of his work from his waist up.
Yeah.
No, that's why I mean that you don't focus on their footwork because their upper body movement is so.
But let's be real. Like majority in the history of boxing, unless other than heavyweights, where everyone can knock each other out, majority of power punchers don't have the best footwork because they're sitting on their punches and they're not mobile.
Yeah,
so when they fight a mover,
sometimes they have a wide stance.
That's why a lot of them move. That's why a lot of them lose against pure boxers because when they sit down on their punch, that boxer is no longer there to be hit. And they chasing.
My question was Golden
Floyd
Boy a rarity then, Max? When it came to that, like he was an elite power puncher, too, but he was also a great boxer.
Oscar is a great example of a perfect mix, and so was Pretty Boy Floyd before the hand shit. Like they were able to still generate power while moving and being able to get out of the way after they threw shit. Like
how about Tito?
Wait, you talking about Trinidad?
Yeah, Tito Trinidad.
I think he sat down a lot more on his shit than than some other people. You know what I mean? But because when you have a plotting power puncher that has to, like, you know, but they're gonna bang their shit if they catch you with that shit. But they're not. Once they move backwards, they lose power. Once they have to chase you and reach, they lose power. Once they're doing shit like that, that power don't hit the same. It's when they can catch you, when they can catch you at the right spot, and they can actually sit down and give it that whole, you know, from the foot up type power into it. They're gonna sleep your shit if they find their range. But that's why you just keep moving. You know, like everyone knows Boots has power, and even though he did beat Karen convincingly, I'm not saying he didn't. He couldn't get off that shit to knock him out because dude was moving. Like, unless there's very few people that knock fools off the. I mean, Wilder's one of them that can knock you off the back foot, you know, going backwards and still sleep your shit. Obviously, you know, the heavyweight greats could do it. As far as the lighter weights, there's not a lot of guys in the history of boxing that can do that shit. Heavyweights are an exception because they're so fucking big. But if you think about the power punchers around between, we'll say 130 and 147, if you're a power puncher, a lot of them are knocking people out on the back foot, going backwards.
Miguel Cotto was a power puncher, right?
I think he's an accumulation puncher, more than Benavidez, a hard hitting accumulation puncher. When I say power, I mean one punch knockout. I mean I landed one time and you're asleep on the floor, the rest waving off.
Andre Ward.
Nah, Ward not a power puncher.
It'd be like Terrence Crawford. He can lay you out with one punch.
One punch, done. Yeah.
About to say, Tank just knocked out Rolly going backwards. So,
yep, Tank's one of those. I think Matias has the power to do that, but not quite the skill.
Oh, Hands of Stone?
Yeah, he's Hearns. You know, obviously all the heavyweights between Foreman and Shaver.
I have one too.
Adrian Broner in his prime could do it too.
Actually, I have another one. How about his Roberto's rival during his prime, Jesus de Jesus. Was he a power puncher or was he more of an accumulation guy? DJ?
Hard hitting accumulation.
Oh, Esteban de Jesus.
Oh, that's good. Even though I think he's on steroids, I agree with D. Pacquiao. Pacquiao would also knock fools out on the move. Even though I do think he's
no. See, I don't think Pac-Man's on steroids. I think he's just a freak of nature like that. Like there's people that can add weight without taking steroids. Like I think.
Yeah, but how are you not a knockout artist until you move up and don't lose no speed, no stamina, and you're like 100 years old? Like.
No,
and you don't want to take the test.
You come up from 108.
He stopped everybody since he's been a welterweight.
No, it's different. How do you come up from 108 to 154 and still keep your power?
It is. That's different.
You get more, not keep it. You get more than you ever had.
Yeah.
Because at those younger weights, he wasn't sleeping all those fools.
I understood Floyd when he was saying that, but you can't put that jacket on somebody who ain't tested positive before. But I understood what Floyd was saying. It was like, yeah, man, like how in the like, come on, man, y'all just expect me to believe this dude didn't have no power at 108, 112, but now he knocking out Cotto?
Now he was knocking people out in them lighter weights, but not.
I mean, Cotto was getting hit with plaster. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Didn't he knock out Morales? I thought he knocked out Morales.
I think he stopped him, but he didn't sleep him.
No. That first fight, Morales worked him.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao that first fight.
The second and third one, it was all Pacquiao on those.
I mean, my thing is this, bro. Like, for the most money you ever had in your whole fucking life, you don't want to take a drug test? What are you worried about? Like, yeah, here, take 2 drug tests, bro. Yeah, I'll give you my whole arm in blood.
No, and you know what? People bring up.
I'm scared of needles.
No, it's funny. People say it's suspicious. Just because he has tattoos doesn't mean he can't be afraid of needles.
That's 2 different kinds of needles. I get it, but if that's the case, and that wouldn't be.
I'm afraid of needles, but if I'm about to make multi-millions of dollars, I'm taking that needle.
Yo, but peep this. Let's be realistic about it. Look, as regular men, citizens of this world, we should be having physicals and blood work done at least once a year. He is a professional athlete. You think he's never encountered any needles in the history of his athletic career? And if he has, for the most money he's ever received, for the biggest fight of his life, he's not willing to take needles one more time?
See,
Come on, man. No, that
no,
shit just
and
don't
for
add
me,
up.
like it's funny.
And I'm gonna say
People
maybe
bash
Pacquiao don't
Manny.
know.
People bash Manny, but there was evidence of Floyd blood doping,
IV.
IV
it was
blood doping.
dope.
So
No,
It was
it
IV
wasn't blood,
rehydration.
IV. It's hydration, yeah.
But I'd say he was just rehydrating. That was
And he had an exception from the commission, like in paperwork. And his opponent agreed to it.
for you guys, which one's more strict, WADA or VADA? When it comes to
I think both of them
catching
fucking
everybody
suck.
on steroid on those like on
Whatever the
needles.
UK one is, I think that's the best one in boxing.
WADA?
Is that UK?
WADA?
But they crooked over there though, man. They real crooked over there.
Yeah, but you know what? They've caught superstars and called off big fights. I have yet to see VADA ever call off a big fight or catch a superstar before the fight. They might catch someone on the back end of it, like after the fight. Oh, this person tested dirty after they fought. Like, but if you were testing the whole time, how are they just dirty after they fought? They've never called off one big fight.
What's up with our girl?
Alicia Bumgarner? Watch out, Kyle gonna come back on you.
Man, I don't know. I don't know, but she innocent. I don't know, but she innocent.
Hey, so I told you Kyle was coming back.
Hey, listen, she has little
She
girls
innocent.
that hey, listen, she has little girls that are looking up to her. She did not do any of these things.
She innocent.
I just wonder if she got cleared or not.
Hey, bro, you gotta get a little mama a syringe to go with that outfit, dog.
Nah, she innocent.
Hey, Max, cut the bullshit, dog. All right, you just make sure you send them fucking glasses, nigga.
Oh shit, I got the same picture of him right now. Hold on. Yeah, but I will say, because when I've seen UK and they've called off big fights week of. Same thing if you look like USADA in the UFC, they call fights off the day before. Some of the biggest fights of the year.
Yeah, USADA
I've never seen VADA. I've never seen VADA call off a big boxing match. They might pop niggas, but after the fight's over.
Right. It seemed like that after the fight drug test is the only one that'd be dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you, this nigga was on steroids, but I'm glad you guys paid for it. Thank you. we'll just sit there. We'll suspend them and just push their next fight back a couple extra months.
You know, we was drug testing them like 6 weeks or 8 weeks out from the fight, but yeah, we forgot to test those. But the one after the fight, though, appreciate it.
That's what I'm saying. That shit don't make no goddamn sense. So then they go, okay, we're gonna suspend you for 3 months, which just pushes back your next fight a little more. You really don't serve us any kind of punishment. Like
USADA single-handedly changed, I think, the sport of MMA. Because you got to look at it, right? People say, I know Paulie Malignaggi was trying to make a point of how UFC fighters go to, other promotions and they lose. Well, some of them go to other promotions and become champions, and I blame USADA for that. Not only the skill set of those particular fighters, but USADA. Bellator is not fucking around with USADA, and neither is One Championship, and neither is PFL. So you get guys from Bellator who all of a sudden have to enter the USADA testing pool. They don't look the same anymore, i.e. Michael Chandler. Or you only one that's come over from Bellator that's looked remotely the same was Eddie Alvarez, right? Or you get guys from the UFC like a Corey Anderson who performed well, but he was barely cracking the top 5 in the UFC. Now all of a sudden he's a title challenger in Bellator. All of a sudden he's not in the USADA testing pool anymore. I'm not saying that's the reason he got better or declined, or any of these fighters got better or they declined. I'm just saying, when fighters leave the UFC and they start having to fight people who haven't been in USADA, and they have been in USADA, they probably don't look the same. Then you get guys coming into the UFC who haven't been in the USADA testing pool. Now that they look a little different. They don't look the same anymore. So
what you're saying, they not calling them crackheads, but they look a little crackers, right?
Right. I'm not saying that they was on shit. But all of a sudden, Michael Chandler, who was a 2-time champion in Bellator, all of a sudden he's only won 2 fights out of 6 in the UFC. Now that he has mandatory drug testing.
He also did come over hella later in his career, and I think we're gonna
Man,
have the
he was
same
what,
argument
32,
MVP, right?
33. You look at
They
you look at the top of
I'm
that
talking
lightweight
fight wise
division.
though. He was already knocked out and getting beat in Bellator before he came to the UFC.
True, but you look at the guys he was also fighting during that time. Poirier, Gaethje, Charles Oliveira, like all of these guys had multiple losses. They were at the same point in their career. It ain't like they brought him over to build up some young talent and they just threw him to, some young prospects to build them up. No, he
But
was
then
fighting
comes that
guys who
argument,
were at the
DJ.
same point in his career.
But
Dan
then comes the
Hooker.
argument that UFC fighters were always more elite than those guys. So what do we expect?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think we're going to deal with the same shit with MVP. MVP's been in some wars, some battles. He might come to UFC later in his career, a little more war-torn, and he's probably going to lose a good amount of fights.
But the exceptions to that is you get guys like Eddie Alvarez who comes over later in his career and becomes a fucking champion. So,
but he's like the only one that did it.
What, later in his career?
Like later in his career, coming from another promotion that wasn't UFC. He's probably the only guy that did it, actually.
Oh, another guy, probably a better example of more than anything. Ben Askren. We can look at Ben Askren and like Ben Askren was mauling, like for what it like he was mauling people in these other promotions, right? He was undefeated. He was like 18, 19 and 0 when he got to the UFC, had never lost, and was just, you struggle to find a close fight, whether he was in Bellator or ONE FC, right? You struggle to find a close fight with Ben Askren. His first fight there with Robbie Lawler was putting hands and feet on Ben Askren. I still think it was an early stoppage from her, but it is what it is. I thought they should have stopped the fight when Robbie had him with his face down, ass up, knocking him out. So, I'm
Robbie
sad
went
to see
limp.
it.
Robbie went limp.
Huh?
Robbie went limp.
Yeah, no. Robbie went limp, but Ben Askren also went limp. Like when he was face down and Robbie was pounding it, he went limp.
Yeah, he did. He was holding himself up, and then he wasn't no more. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he kind of dropped down. I was like, oh shit, Robbie got him. But you look at that fight, and then getting knocked out in 5 seconds by Jorge Masvidal. Then you come back the next fight, and who was it? Damian Maia. You get strangled by Damian Maia. So all of a sudden, when he's in the USADA testing pool, he ain't just walking through dudes no more.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I'm saying, I think all athletes in all sports use PEDs. You know what I'm saying? Period. I think there's very rare that a top athlete at the top of the game is completely clean and only getting their shit from food. It's not happening, bro.
Yeah, nobody's just doing it on beer and hot dogs
and creatine and protein. That ain't happening, bro. Like,
yeah, everybody's got deals with supplement companies, and whether or not that supplement is approved by these doping agencies is another thing. But
the ones making the drugs are always ahead of the ones testing for the drugs because they got to know they exist first to be able to test for them. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, a lot of these,
like the people people making ammo are always going to be ahead of the people making armor.
Exactly. That's how it goes. But a lot of these fucking things, they have allowed amounts. I always bring up Canelo, where like Canelo didn't get popped because he had clenbuterol. He got popped because he had too much. So these motherfuckers are still allowed to use PEDs in small amounts, in certain amounts that they say shouldn't really change anything. So what's the point of taking them if they don't change anything? But whatever, all these motherfuckers are on some shit. It's like the Diaz said. Now I don't believe the Diaz's are. They're on weed and just fighting spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Bad tacos.
Yeah, right. Even though scientists said that nigga damn near had to eat a whole cow to get the levels he had in his fucking system. But yeah, I mean, all these motherfuckers, even like NBA and NFL players and shit, they're allowed to use PEDs, just certain ones that only a certain amount. So it's like what would be the point? Because if the testing agency is saying you're allowed to use PEDs, but only this much because it shouldn't give you an advantage, then what would be the point of even paying the money to take it if it's not?
Or it might just be like the NFL where they only drug test during training camp.
Yep, or the NBA, just once in the preseason, the end, or unless you score 100 points in the night and shit.
Well, I take that back because A.J. Brown said he said last year after he went off on Pittsburgh, they drug tested him.
Yeah.
So I guess they get random tests during the season now, but it used to be they only got tested during the off season. And if you pop positive, then you're in the drug program. Now they can randomly test you at any point during the season.
Yep. I mean, think about the NBA in the fucking National Basketball Association history of the fucking sport. The biggest name to ever get caught for drug testing was either Tariq Evans or Rashard Lewis. The end. Nobody else. Not Bron or Melo or Jordan or never a star, right? Like, that can't be a fucking coincidence. You're telling me Rashard Lewis is the guy in the NBA that's like, oh, this guy's for sure on drugs. Like, but no one else is. Like, come on. Fuck no. Like, that wouldn't even have bounce. He was a shooter. Like, come on. That's crazy. Like, some shit is just like using common thinking skills. Like, all right, but then when you look at the UFC, they done pop John Jones. They done pop Anderson Silva. You know, they done pop champions and stars and dudes that sell crazy pay-per-view numbers. So that's why I have a little more trust in USADA. Because if you pop in John Jones, you pop in Anderson Silva. They wouldn't
let Conor McGregor fight because he wouldn't take a drug test.
You feel me? Not letting the motherfucker making the most money for that company fight and really standing on business, as the new saying is going. You know, like, they're really, I mean, obviously with Vitor, he had an exception, but they say, hey, what's going on here? For Vitor, Chael, all these motherfuckers, bro. Chris Weidman, like, all these motherfucking names are getting popped. They're not being able to fight. You feel me? So it's like, I have more respect for USADA, and even hearing that USADA still does, at least for UFC, they don't test for HGH and EPOs unless they have a suspicion, and they have to like document the suspicion and get approval, because they give a basic test, a basic entry test that I think they said test for a majority of shit, which is most of it, but they said it's a whole different type of test for HGH and a whole different type of test for EPO, and it's way more expensive. So they don't do it to every fighter. So those are all the fighters they caught with just their basic testing. When then you got boxing, who no one ever gets caught unless they're from the UK. Or it's after the fight. They let the fight go through. All training camp, they're testing them. All the way up until the fight, they're testing them.
You're right about that. You're right about that. 9 times out of 10, when we hear about fighters testing positive, it's after the fight. You're right about that. So in boxing, anyway.
In boxing and VADA. Because the UK done shut down a couple fights because motherfuckers pop dirty. I mean, Dillian White being one of those guys.
What organization is that they didn't get with Dillian White until after his fight?
Or it might have been it might have been the BBC or whatever, British Boxing Border Control or whatever.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know they crooked like a something. That's what I was talking about. They don't let a whole lot of fights happen, and then talk about it afterwards. Oh, then on the matchroom side.
Yeah, it happens a lot in boxing, man. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, I know you guys just paid $100 for that pay-per-view. That guy right there was on steroids, but his next fight he'll just be pushed back 3 months, 6 months. Like, you don't even serve suspension. You just say, hey guys, well, looks like I'll be fighting in December, so tune in. You know, it's like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah. I know.
They don't get sent for belts or nothing.
You guys have, bought plane tickets, bought tickets to the fight and everything in July, but looks like I'm going to be fighting in December now, so in a completely different location.
Wake up, whatever's going on with you over there, dude. Swinging that trailer crazy.
Yeah, nah, but we all know, I mean, it's been a thing since before we were born. Our granddaddies knew that there's nothing but corruption in boxing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And There will forever be. And I believe the best way to try to combat that is a fighter union. Every other major sports have unions for their fucking players. And it's not in combat sports where people are risking their lives and there's a whole bunch of shit going on. They need to have a union, man.
If you notice, it's also team sports. Like, I don't think tennis players have a union. I don't think golf players have a union. Like, I think the team sports do, but not individual sports.
Yeah.
Like, I really consider NASCAR a team sport, because if it's not for your crew chief and your pit crew and your driver, they're a team. So I consider that a team sport. I don't know if they have any, but
you got racing teams too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I consider that a team sport. Like NASCAR, I consider that a team sport.
What I mean by they have a team, I know what you said about the pit crew and all that, but they also have multiple cars, multiple drivers and multiple cars under the same team and everything, ownership and all that.
Yeah, under the same ownership. I look at that as like, like players have the same agent. Like, a lot of players have the same agent. Like back in the day, T.O. and T.O., Darrell Reeves, all them guys were under Drew Rosenhaus, right?
Yeah, but
I look at that the same way.
You got a lot of drivers that are under the same ownership, but they're independent. But you might see 3 cars out there on the same track in the same race under the same advertisement, branding, and all that. Same uniforms that they're wearing. The only thing different is the name, as far as the driver's name.
Right, like DEI, like Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, and you had Joe Gibbs racing, right? So, but each team would have like 3 different cars. So
let me get away from this fool, man, because he is driving really crazy tonight. I ain't got time for this.
Yeah, I mean, and I think unions are the best way to go. I mean, you don't want them to end up like the NBA where the players are running the show, but they do need to have a representative and more bylaws and more standards. Like, all right, this is the minimum you can get. You can get, a whole bunch of shit. So especially when it comes to the fighting business, like when it comes to testing, when it comes to sponsorships, when it comes to contracts or cuts and percentages, they need to be represented by a bigger faction. Otherwise, it's just on some pimp and hoe shit. You're going to take what daddy gives you or you can get the fuck on. So, I mean, that's part of the reason why, another reason why I respect what Bud did in that Earl shit. When the world was going against him, he stood on his shit. Like, y'all ain't about to hold me, bro. Like, fuck that. With a union, would have been a little easier. Probably been less negotiations and back and forth. We probably have more fights. But it seems to be like they want to shut that shit down, because even with UFC, like they ain't trying to have no fucking union. They spoke about that shit a million times. Like Dana White's been like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, before you can get that union going, if they hear about it, they could already affect your shit that makes you not want to do it. So like if me, you, and DJ are like, yo, we gonna do this, but then our next fight, the motherfuckers ain't giving us no money and they know what we trying to do, so they treating us like shit and we shell for 2 years. We ain't gonna want to do it because we gonna want to get back in the ring. Like, hey, bro, let me get you after the next fight. I need this check real quick. We'll start the union a little later. Like, that's how they get you.
What the fighters, especially in MMA, have run into is they can't mix. There's like 3 fighters unions out there for MMA right now, but the problem is they can't agree on what they actually want. Some people want lifetime health. Some people want health insurance. Other fighters want better pay. So it's different, man. It's different. That's what it was like. Dana was saying, you guys can't even agree on what you want. So what do you want me to do?
Yeah, but that's the point, is to get together and do it. I mean, because it's only gonna be a U.S. thing, right? I mean, most unions are by the country, I'm believing. I mean, but then again, I don't know, because the NBA is only in the U.S. The NFL is only in the U.S. So boxing is a worldwide sport. So how do you do it in different countries with different bylaws, with different promotions, with different everything? So boxing would kind of have to need, like boxing in particular would kind of need like a worldwide union. amongst fighters, and that becomes a lot more difficult.
But then you get this nutcase. You get a nutcase like Sean Strickland, right? Who comes out and kind of exposes the business a little bit. He was like, "Have you noticed that UFC is kind of like pushing all of these, you know, Russian guys and Brazilians and you know, guys from these smaller countries? They pushing them up towards title fights because they don't have to pay them nothing because they can take their $10,000 and go back to Brazil and live like a king or a queen, or they can go back to Russia and not really need much. Like Khabib never asked how much he was getting paid. He's like, "Oh, I'm fighting who? All right, cool." He never complained about the money, even though he probably could have made millions more from what he got paid. Right? He never cared about the money because it's not about the money for them. And if you pay somebody in Brazil, they take their money back to Brazil. It's not the same as living here in America. So it's like if you notice, they pushing all these Brazilians and all these fucking Russians to the top because they don't have to pay them shit. So I was like, huh, that nutcase might be on to something.
Yeah, they just happy to get a check, bro. Like shit, they were fighting for free back
in Russia. Happy to get a check. You look at have you seen Charles Oliveira's house?
No, his current house.
My man living out here, bro.
Is he in Brazil?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he probably got a dope ass house with his American money.
He's living out here. I think he's got 3 Ferraris, like an 8-bedroom mansion down there in fucking Brazil.
Damn, that's the way to go right there, man. Shit.
Yeah.
You know, but American athletes, shit, they're a lot more business savvy. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, and they're living in the U.S., which is different. Like if you came from a broke ass country, you can make a very nice living for yourself with just $1 million or $2 million. You know what I'm saying, in American money.
Well, even Conor McGregor still lived in Ireland during the apex of his career. He still lived. Now he might have had a condo in LA or somewhere in Vegas, but during the apex of his career, he lived in Ireland. So he was paying Irish taxes and still making that and still living on that money.
Yep, smart guy. Smart because he was getting guap. Just living in Ireland, buying land.
What's the guy's name now? He just moved to Brazil. One's supposed to be fighting Luque next. Ian Machado Gary. He just moved to Brazil. So
listen, I mean, shit, I'd probably do the same shit, bro. If I ever made it big, I'm moving out the country somewhere cheap as fuck. I'm gonna live like a king.
Then Valentina lives like a gypsy, so.
Would you be in a RV or some shit or what?
Bro, have you okay, so I follow him on Instagram. Shout out to Lady Bullet. Bro, every other week you look up, she's in fucking Uruguay or Venezuela or back in Kazakhstan or she's in Russia or she'll be here in America. Like she don't sit still. Her and her sister.
Sometimes she be out here in California with daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Daddy live in Alabama. I don't know what you're
talking about. Don't ruin me, motherfucker.
Hey,
the doggone girl is mine.
what your kids thinking about being for Halloween?
What? What'd you say, Kyle?
What your kids think about being for Halloween?
One wants to be an Equestria girl, and the other wants to be,
a jockey?
No. My pretty pony, My Little Pony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One wants to be an Equestria girl, which is just a teenage version of My Little Pony.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, you know,
I went through that
Kyle
phase.
knows what I'm talking about.
I watched the My Little Pony movie in theaters when that shit came out with my kids. So.
And the other wants to be right now it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh shit!
So, yeah. So,
Yu-Gi-Oh. That's
yeah.
the oldest baby, huh? That's the oldest.
Yeah, you already know it.
Choking the fools out.
Yeah, my daughter is Tupac this year, so I'm kind of proud, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, she got dressed today, did a little choir in her Tupac outfit, so you know, pretty dope.
Hey, Max, I'm surprised. My wife's going to this festival this weekend. I'm surprised you hadn't heard of it, man. One Music Fest in Atlanta, bro. Like everybody's
that's one of the biggest festivals in all the country every year.
Man, everybody's gonna fucking be here, bro.
It is on my checklist of festivals. It's on my checklist of festivals, along with like South by Southwest and Roots Picnic and you know, Lollapalooza. And that one kind of traveled.
Go ahead and say Coachella, so you can be out there like a bad bitch.
You know, honestly, the Coachella's been losing a lot of steam for me lately. Like I've heard a lot of people that go, but they're kind of like, a lot of performances are kind of mid. A lot of the headliners ain't tearing it up. Like, yeah,
I'd like to go to Rolling Loud, but I feel like I'm too old.
I mean, it is a younger crowd. Rolling
Loud. I feel like I'm too old to be at Rolling Loud, but I'd like to go.
Yeah, I got a crazy reggae one coming up that I'm gonna try to make, man. Gwen Stefani's headlining that shit. I haven't seen her before, so that should be cool. And it's all mostly reggae.
Stefani is headliner a reggae festival.
Yeah, so with the reggae festivals, they do like 90% reggae artists, and then they throw some hip hop people in there or some oldies people, or like just a little something, like probably about 2 acts a day type of shit. So like on this one, Gwen Stefani's headlining, but they still got Ice Cube in the mix. They got Action Bronson in the mix. They got the Roots going in there. They got Gwen Stefani. These ones are the cheapest ones. Basic entry is $300 for 3 days. That's actually really, really, really good for a festival.
Man, my bad.
That's what it was for one. That's what it was for one. It was $300 for 2 days.
Yeah, my phone started tripping out. Yeah, you said your daughter want to be Tupac, Mexico?
Oh, she is. I put her on my story. She did it already.
Nigga, Halloween is in 4 days.
But she had a choir concert tonight, and they did like Thriller and all the Halloween shit, so they got to dress up.
Man, she had to be Selena, man.
Nah, she on pop, bro. She been on pop since she was little. I got videos of her when she was like 4 singing Lord Knows. That's why I said, man. Everybody else can raise their kids on Sexy Red and Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion, bro. Mine's gonna be on some pop.
Yeah,
Bob Marley.
You know, my kid wants to be Alicia Baumgartner. Then my other kid, she wants to be one of them little new shows. I can't think of the name of that damn thing. One of them like dinosaurs or some shit. And then man, nigga Junior, he wanted to be first he wanted to be Sonic, but hella long. And then all of a sudden now he wanted to be Bumblebee from Transformers.
Damn, that's a hell of an outfit.
Yeah, and then you know the baby, she want to be Princess Poppy.
Princess fucking Poppy.
Man,
how much money I spent on that shit years ago?
Man, listen to me. Listen. 7, 6, 3. You know what I mean? So you know I know it.
Yeah, man.
The outfit I'm most proud of is Kylie, man. Because I didn't even ask her to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so happy about it. Because she wanted to be her on her own. Just by watching boxing with me, she just decided that she wanted to be her.
And that's always a reminder of the influence we have on our children when sometimes we think our kids aren't into something or we think our kids aren't paying attention like that. And then there they go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like my daughter loves Tupac, especially now she's a teenager. She's 14. You know, she understands a little more what's going on, and I sit there with her. Like we listen to songs and break them down together, like verse by verse, press pause, like, or after a bar. This is what he's saying. Dad, what do you mean by that? This is what he means by this. So when we listen to Wonder Why You Call You Bitch, we listen to that shit bar for bar. She's asking, I'm like, look, he's saying this girl's a bitch because she out here fucking niggas in the car and she should have stayed in school. Like, and he's saying this one's a bitch because this and this. And if you don't want to be called a bitch, don't be acting like these women. Because this is how people really talk about you. They might smile in your face and act like they're your friend, but behind your back, they're calling you a bitch.
Man, I just want to know how you break down every other city we go.
We break that down by, yo, that girl's a hoe and she fucked the whole crew. We're like, you know what I'm saying? I done broke down, hit him
How
up.
do you break down Picture Me Rolling? How do you break down Picture Me Rolling?
Oh, I mean, that's just down some stunting shit, you know? That's some stunting shit, you know what I'm saying? That's just Picture Me Rolling my 500 bands, you feel me? Like, getting it. You know, the biggest bar in that song is Make Me Want to Start Back Banging. I don't really shade anything except for over-sexualized shit. I don't let her listen to What's Your Number and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't doing that. But I don't let her listen to no like fucking songs, like sex songs.
How do you break down I Get Around?
Yeah, I don't let her listen to that one. I'm pretty sure she has. We haven't broke that down yet.
What song is that?
I Get Around.
Yeah. But if I ask you, like, he's a man that has sex with a bunch of fucking women, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't be a girl. Like I always say, be the girl that make love songs about. Don't be the girl that make these other songs about.
Right.
You know, be the girl with the motherfuckers like, I can't believe I lost her. I was so in love. I fucked up. I'm sorry, babe. Come back. Be that girl.
Right.
Because honestly, I use music as lessons because I know myself, like music was always a getaway. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my ass beat. I'm getting abused. I put my headphones on and I'm just listening to Pac. I'm going to get out of here one day. I'm going to do this. I'm listening to Bob Marley. And no one was there with me listening to it. So I learned a lot of shit from music or from researching what they mean by this. What does this word mean? What does that mean? So now I'm with my daughter because I know she's into music. I know she's into movies and shit. So you just gotta like teach her lessons through that. Because sometimes when you talk to other women, okay, dad. When we breaking down songs, it's exciting for her. Like, okay, dad, what does this mean? What do you mean by this? Like, she's asking me instead of me being like, you know what he's saying, right? Like, she's asking me, what's going on here? She asked me about Marvin Gaye because she didn't know much, but she always heard how, you know, about Marvin Gaye. Obviously, we don't listen to Sexual Healing. But we don't listen to what's going on. We listen to all kinds of shit where I'm like, yo, you don't realize at this point in time, he was that guy. Like, he's talking about world problems that no one addressed. You know, same thing with Bob Marley. You listen to Bob Marley's music, he talking about atomic energy in the fucking 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shit like that, you gotta listen to these motherfuckers that really are past, you know, live on forever. We ain't breaking no Biggie lyrics down. He ain't had no influence like that. He was a good rapper, but he ain't really saying shit.
Hold on now.
He ain't saying shit.
Hold on now.
You know, it was all dreams with Word Magazine. That's fire.
Hold on now. You got too much dip on you. You got too much dip on your chip there.
I know Biggie had a lot of dip on his fucking chip. Him and Mr. C, they were dipping on other chips.
Man, shut up.
Yeah. I ain't gonna break down. What is he about? Looks so good. He suck his daddy's dick. Like,
can't put that jacket on Biggie. You didn't have. Ain't nobody ever catch him with no boy.
Hey, they catch him talking about wanting to suck a dick because the girl look good. I ain't never seen a girl look that good to me.
What?
I've never seen one woman on earth that made me want to suck her dad's dick because she looks so good.
Yeah, that was a wild bar, but hey.
That was a wild bar. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was a wild one. You got that. That was a wild bar. Same thing with what's his name when he did the Funk Flex thing.
Tyler
the Creator. Like, that was a wild bar.
Yeah, Tyler be doing that. Tyler been doing that.
Yo, what made you go with that bar?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. DMX has has a bar where he was talking about raping a 16-year-old. Like as a revenge, like I'll rape your 16-year-old daughter type shit. Like I'll beat you up and rob you and then tie you up and make you watch me do it. I'm like, yo, DMX, chill, bro. Like, what the fuck?
You know what that reminds me of? The old Wu-Tang skits. That was the highlight of the Wu-Tang album. Like besides the absolute artistry in their albums, but those skits they used to do.
Oh, the Method Man one is the greatest. I'll fucking get a spiked baseball bat and beat the shit out your nuts. Cause I'll fucking sew your asshole shut and keep feeding you. Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
He's like, I'm gonna put a hanger on the stove and then like that shit was wild.
The ones on 36 Chambers were crazy.
And I can't say much because I listen to Brother Lynch still to this day on a regular basis. And he talks about eating baby nuts and guts and pulling tampon strings out and eating pussy and shit. So, like, yeah, I get it.
Boys be wild out here, man.
Yeah, 90s was a different time, man. Shit.
Different time.
There's a little too much freedom of speech. Hey, once a 2 Live Crew won that motherfucking court case, everybody's like, oh yeah, we talking about wherever the fuck we want now.
Right.
Shit. They was trying to talk about some pussy. These motherfuckers talking about eating dead bodies and shit. Like, fuck. Yeah, but oh man. But I mean, right now R&B's what's hitting, bro. Fuck the rap shit. R&B's been the top thing for probably the past 5 years, bro. Like, there's some great R&B artists right now. Like, great voices, great vibes, great music, men and women. So
you said R&B?
R&B, man.
The last 5 years, really?
The last 5, bro, better than rap. I can't think of anything that's come out in the past 5 years, rap wise. It's really where I'm like, God damn, it's a legendary shit. Like, not saying R&B is quite legendary, but R&B was dead for so long that the rise of all these new artists, I find more pleasure in finding new R&B artists that can sing versus like new rappers. There are some good ones, you know, like Russell's a breath of fresh air, EBK J-Bo, you got some, you know, Mozzie's, you got a couple here and there that for sure nice, but R&B right now, man, like I could listen to Sir for like 3 hours straight. Like, just press his playlist and take care of chores and just listen to everything. And
see, I feel the same way about I like Ari Lennox. Like I can listen to her music. Who else? Who's the other one?
Coco Jones, Alina Baraz,
Coco Jones,
Georgia Smith,
Ella May I can listen to.
Ella May's dope.
So shout out to Jason. Shout out to Jason Tatum. That's a good look on you, boy.
Yeah. I mean, we got Georgia Smith. You still got Brent. Brent Fayez. I don't know what to think about him, man. Because I've been on him since he was. I want to say Sonder was a group, even though he was only singer type shit. But I remember he was a Sonder before he changed his name to Brent. So. I mean, Sir, Smino, Thundercat, Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak's dope. I've been on Anderson .Paak since like 2016.
Khaled or whatever his name is. I don't know how you pronounce that shit.
Man, I just had what's his name? Blast. I like Blast too.
Giveon. Oh, Blast is
dope. Oh, I think Max cut out. Can y'all hear me? Or is it me?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I said Blast is dope as fuck. Giveon's fucking dope. Daniel Caesar. There's a girl named Cleo Soul. You got Snow Allegra. It's just there's so much fucking fire right now when it comes to that shit, bro.
Yeah.
And it's anything from like Sabrina Claudio, man. Her voice is angelic. I like her music. I don't think she's gonna have like hit songs, like any pop songs, but she's like a siren, bro. Like what you hear back in the day, like it's just a voice that draws you in. You almost hypnotized. Like it's some good shit going on. And then when you catch some of these motherfuckers live, and you're like, damn, them motherfuckers could really sing. Why? Because I went to Lovers and Friends, bro. I seen a lot of motherfuckers. I'm not gonna lie, the person I was most impressed about that I wasn't expecting was Mario. And I know I seen him on Versus and he killed everybody. But when I seen him, Bryson Tiller brought him up and he took over the set. And I was like, God damn, motherfucker can really sing. I saw Usher, I saw Chris Brown.
Mario can really sing, man. His only problem was he can't write.
Facts.
And you know, when you constantly have to hire writers, like a lot of labels, like you spending a lot of your budget finding people to write songs for you. That's a lot of these, like, especially like the people that you see off American Idol. It's not that they weren't talented; they just can't write. A lot of people can't write music or don't write music.
Yeah.
Fantasia, that was her biggest problem. She couldn't write. She can't write music.
Dude, there's have you ever heard of Tom Misch? He's been around for a while, probably 10 plus years. He's from the UK, white boy. God damn, motherfucker's nice, man. He is not, or Alan Stone, nice. And then you got a group that I recently started listening to. I don't know if you listen. Are you a fan of like the newie? I guess they call them like newies, where they sound like oldies, but they're made nowadays. They have that oldie sound like that. So you got there's a group called there's the Sinceres, there's the Sacred Souls. The Sacred Souls, that's the one that really I saw live.
I ain't heard of them.
Yeah, but they on some like, you know, like like it sounds like oldie. It sounds like some shit made like in the 60s, like type shit. Or Charles Bradley, he had that World's Going Up in Flames. That was like way back when Stally first came out and sampled it. That was like 10 plus years ago too. But he's been.
I'm about to say, you talking about Stally, now you talking about 2013, 14.
Yeah, that's like 10 plus years ago. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, man, there's some good shit. That's why, like right now, R&B got my attention. I'm still keeping my eye out on rap. But there's too many people that make one dope ass song that I check out their project and the rest of the songs fucking suck.
Yeah, everybody. I forgot who said that, man. Like nobody makes full bodies of work now.
No, it's a single driven. I mean, with the streaming era, you only need a couple songs to just have people replay them over and over. Motherfuckers ain't really listening to albums front to back. Now it's like albums and singles if you're gonna take it that way. But back in the day, that shit was either on vinyl or on tape, so you had to put it on the press play.
Wayne was the one who said that nobody really invests in full bodies of work now because he was explaining to the guys on the Pivot why he won't do more mixtapes, because now if he comes out and does, you know, a jacket for beats like he used to, he was like, the artist will hit him up, hey, what you want for that verse? We about to make that a single. So it doesn't have the same impact as it did.
It's true. But I mean, that's how they had to do it. I mean, if you're doing shit on vinyl or on tape, I mean, you can't really switch songs, bro. Like, unless you know where your little marks are at, or you got the tape that, you know, you couldn't fucking switch songs. So you had to just hope that you had something that people could just play or put the record on and spin it until it was done. Y'all ain't heard the new Trey D album, huh? Album of the year. Hey, I think Trey D's hella underrated. His rhyme patterns are some of my favorite, man. Like, he usually does like a AAB and then a CCB rhyme pattern. So he got some good shit. I never heard that one. I'm gonna have to look into that. JVKE Golden Hour.
Let me look at these comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this on the screen.
What's up, dudes?
Pull up, dudes. Pull up, cause I know Reggie unfortunately left.
Taylor this Monday. Okay, yeah, I'm going back reading some of these comments. Trey D, he gotta be from LA.
Yeah, he's one of the guys from Snoop Dogg's East Siders.
Okay.
He's an East Sider, yeah. Hey, you know what else is popping is the Afro beats moving, bro. WizKid, Burna Boy, all them. Man.
A lot of people are on that right now because they. Man, never mind. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
It's almost reggae, almost dancehall, but it's not.
Yeah, it's.
Don't keep it to yourself, dog. Put it out there, man.
Keep my thoughts about that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my thoughts about that to myself.
Nah. Let me know, DJ. What you think?
Like a lot of that shit be trash, man. Like
A lot
I
of
get it.
Afrobeats.
Yeah, a lot of that shit be hot ass garbage, but people like it. So I'm like,
I don't know what they saying half the time. Some of them, but the rhythm gets me going, boy. Especially got a girl on you.
It's the rhythm. It's the rhythm of the song. It's all about the rhythm of the song. It's something you can dance to, something you can get up and move to. But if you really listen to the songs, a lot of them shits be trash.
Oh yeah, they ain't talking about that.
Like everybody loves what's her name, like, but her shit's trash, man. I don't like her music.
Rihanna?
No, Tim's.
Oh, Tim's?
Yeah,
she's better being sampled.
Like a lot of her shit's just it's near. It's alright.
Yeah, she got some mid. I think Wizkid and Burna Boy are definitely leading the pack, and there's a couple other artists I got, but
like what's the other guy, man? Everybody was crazy about people telling me listen to Davido. Like I don't all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool, whatever. But like these are like the biggest stars in the world over there. So Burna Boy, I like a couple of his songs, but
and that one with Blast and Kalani, that's solid. Ooh,
yeah.
That's just hard. That's just hard. Hey, but a lot of Blast shit sound the same too, though. He got like the same kind of beats and the same kind of cadence and just different subjects. Like, but he's not.
Blast is like he's like a money bag, right? Like as long as he's doing features, his features ain't that hot, but his own songs are cool. But you get some people who are like Young Thug, like his songs ain't that great, but you get him on a feature, he'll go off.
Oh yeah. What's up, Deuce? What's this tradee talking about, big dog?
Man, and you ain't heard it. Well, you probably hit up on it, man. That tradee banging, homie. That shit hard as a mother.
I fuck with tradee. I didn't even know he dropped a new album.
Yeah, he dropped one a couple of months ago.
I never heard it.
Yeah,
I always thought Tradey was the best.
It ain't David Banner or Little John, so DJ probably heard.
Hold on, bro. Lil Jon is a top 10 producer all time.
I'll fuck with Lil Jon.
And he's probably a top 25 artist.
Crunk Juice, one of the best hip hop albums ever.
Facts. Put Your Hood Up album and Kings of Crunk also.
Those aren't on the level of Crunk Juice, but those banging albums too.
That man said it ain't David Banner. Man, if you don't go.
Hey, I do want to say this, y'all. So last Friday, me and Dez, we went to go see Juvenile, 25th anniversary of 400 Degrees. Manny Fresh was his DJ. Yo, Manny Fresh did some. I go to concerts, I go to festivals, bro. Manny Fresh did some mixing that I have never seen before. Like he was mixing, like he used the Like a Pimp beat, but he was putting like oldies, like Earth, Wind and Fire on top of that shit. Like it was crazy, bro. Like I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, and it was like he would drop another mix where it's just like you would never think the two things go together, and he would just make it work, bro. And I'm like, yo, Manny Fresh is a fucking genius on this shit.
Like when he broke down the old drum machine that he was using back in the Cash Money days, how it only made 8 sounds, and he made all of those songs just off using 8 sounds. It's like, oh, my guy's a genius, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you go back through it, you can definitely tell it was only 8 pounds.
I was like, now that you say that, like every producer has a unique sound. Like, you know a DJ Mustard beat when you hear it. You know a Pharrell beat when you hear it, right? You know a Swiss Beats beat when you hear it.
Well, Swiss he's probably one of the only people that really switched his sound up. Because back in the day, he had way more synths and shit. And now he has like way more tamarines and shit. But like his Rough Rider shit don't sound nothing like his chant shit that he has now. So I don't like his new style. I like his old shit.
But his yeah.
Real shit though, the best producers in the game right now is the Mechanics, man. I ain't hearing nobody bringing heat like them.
Oh, from the Bay, yeah, they be knocking.
Ain't no way Mafia.
Hey, they beat.
Ain't no way Mafia.
They beat is banging so hard.
Ain't no way Mafia's tough too.
But I don't know who does EBK J-Bo's beats. I think it's a whole bunch of different producers, but that sound of like that sample mob sound that's my shit right now. I need to hear
Funk
Mozzie
is
get on some
always
shit like
where it's
that.
at. Funk is always where it's at, baby.
Oh, funk is probably my favorite genre, honestly, over all genres. Funk, like I think funk is underrated. Funk, like Rick James is one of like I got Rick James over Prince all fucking day, bro. And I'll argue forever about that. I don't even think it's close. I get Prince plays hella instruments, but I'm talking about the music they put out, bro. Rick James is superior, and he's a superior singer. That motherfucker hits notes.
Yeah, Prince ain't got nothing for Rick James. I was just having this argument the other day with it could have been Reggie. We were talking about like how Michael Jackson was promoted to be the best, but you can't tell me Michael Jackson had better music than Rick James. Can't nobody tell me that.
To tell you what now?
I mean, Mike is the king, bro. I don't know. I never get anyone against. I think R. Kelly's the only person that can challenge Mike.
Well, the only person that can challenge R. Kelly is the only person that can challenge R. Kelly is dead. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's either him. I think Mike, Stevie Wonder, R. Kelly. Like those three right there. 3-way match. Everyone else comes second. Like Prince ain't on that, but Rick James actually had his legacy fucked up by Dave Chappelle, bro. Like, let's be real.
No.
He became a joke after that.
Legacy is by Dave Chappelle. He got his legacy.
Yeah, but he became a joke though. He became a joke.
Nah, that shit was taken seriously. It made you really go back and look at that nigga.
Yeah, but the 5 fingers in his face, the fuck your couch, the cocaine's a hell of a drug. Like it was comedy, and it kind of like made you forget.
But that's true stories, though. That's how a nigga really was.
No, what it did, Max, was introduce people who didn't know Rick James, and then they asking their parents, who's Rick James? Who's Rick James? Oh, son, let me introduce you to him.
Baddest nigga alive.
Then you start hearing, you realize that Mary Jane and Ghetto Life and I was like, oh, Rick James was bad boy.
Dance for Me, and then he did all Tina Marie shit, and he did all like, man, he did a lot of shit, bro. He ran funk back then, like he was the king. He's the king of funk.
Tina Marie was a writer herself and a composer.
No, they
did a lot of they did a lot of co-writing. True enough, she was capable of doing it all herself as well. She was cool.
She sure did. He made her beat to everybody's song. And that's what I'm saying. Like all this music was out during.
Yeah, but he was doing shit for Smokey, for the Temptations, for Eddie Murphy.
He saved
Mary Jane
Motown.
Girl.
Motown was dead until Rick James came.
Yeah.
Michael left. Everybody was Motown was dead. Rick James saved Motown.
Nah, Rick James, man, he's in my rotation on a daily basis. My favorite shit is Dance for Me. That's probably my favorite Rick James song. But I mean, but even on his albums, he's talking about college loans and shit back then in the 80s, like to not take loans out and going to college and the scam and that shit in the 80s. Like once again, like motherfuckers talking.
He's a very intelligent kid growing up, man. I mean, very intelligent. He got in some trouble.
He got turned out.
That he started. He got in some trouble when he left and went to Canada for a while. He was in a group over there as well. Then he come back over here and start another group.
Like every time I hear like funk, bro, like I can't help but move, bro. Like it don't matter what my mood is. I could be in the worst mood ever. I hear it's just like, all right, let's go. Let me clean this house.
Especially with George Clinton come on now.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm taking my daughter to see him in December, man. George Clinton in the Parliament. We out here. My daughter just knows him as a guy from Good Burger. So I'm about to put her up on game. Plus, it's a concert where I ain't got to worry about it getting too crazy or violent or, So it's going to be a good one.
One of my favorite stories my grandma used to tell me, man, about her going to the P-Funk concert and watching Mothership Land in the Great Western Forum. I sit there listening, talk about that all the time. She sit there telling her,
you know what?
come out there.
You know what? Them folks been talking about that concert ever since, bro. That,
No,
that
for
tour
real.
right there, that tour right there. Everybody that went to it, they said that's one of the best concerts they've ever been to in their lives.
Nigga jamming for like, and you hear like special editions of those special renditions of those songs. And, when you hear them live, like if you hear what is that song called? Let Me Ride, Swing Down, Swing Down. You hear that shit live? Shit is no production. Knee deep. You hear that shit live? You're like, man, this sounds better than the recorded version. This is crazy, man.
Bruh. When that
My
motherfucker plays One Nation Under a Groove, I'm ready to fucking get going, bruh. I'm so excited.
They were cold back in the day.
I mean that
I'm ready to play that shit right now.
that's one thing too. I do wish I lived to be able to go to like Woodstock, bro. Like to see the crowds that they had there, it was crazy, bro. I don't even know how you get through that shit. I would love to go to some shit like that.
Man, I had sex with all kind of white girls.
You know what we came for.
Right?
Motherfuckers just shroomed out and on acid fucking everybody.
Fucking everybody. Bitch getting a straight train ran on her. I was watching this video on Twitter the other day. They were at some kind of festival. This is one white girl. She's sitting on one nigga face, and then she pull her dress up and go hop on another nigga dick. I'm like, they got it popping out here, boy. They
Damn.
finna catch something, boy. Straight white girl. She's sitting on the nigga face, and she hop up and go hop on another nigga dick. I'm like, damn. I would
God
never do
damn.
no shit like that.
Hell nah.
I don't give a fuck how drunk I am, or faded or whatever. Like, nigga,
It's someone half that crowd coming back with AIDS for sure.
man, ain't something.
Yeah, that and like you see like those Grateful Dead concerts and shit. Like those are crazy. The Beatles when they came, like those crowds are crazy. But concerts were cheaper back then too, though. You didn't have to pay fucking $400 for a weekend.
It costs $2 to get in that motherfucker. my folks tell me how they go to a concert and shit. It be $2.50 to get in and shit. Sometimes it's free.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. And there's some every now and then I'll be catching some free ones. They have some shit up in San Jose. They have like the concerts in the park and shit. You just have to get there early, first come, first get a good spot. But sometimes they be free or like $5, $10 or whatever. But yeah, you coming up? You coming to the Devin fight, Deuce?
Nah, man, I ain't fucking with that. Man.
Ah,
I can't fuck around in the Bay right now, man. I can't afford it. I can't afford it, Jack.
hey, bro. I mean, tickets are $100 or less. Maybe 120. I think I paid 120 after taxes.
Halloween coming up. My oldest daughter's birthday is coming up.
Oh, you got an end of the year birthday, damn, and then Christmas. Fuck.
Hell yeah, my youngest daughter's birthday is on New Year's. So.
Oh man.
The end of the year is done for me.
God damn. Yeah, my daughter's birthday is in April, so I get like almost a perfect 6-month gap between Christmas and her birthday. I might have to check that Trade E though, because I fuck with Trade E. As long as he got some gangster sounding G-Funk shit. I hope he don't try to be like these young boys and get on some other shit. Stay true to what works, man. Fuck it. I wish I was alive to see Rick James in concert, man.
He was a bad boy. I caught him in concert when I was young.
For real?
That was after he he had Prince on his tour at one time. They couldn't got Prince off of it.
He had Prince on his tour?
Yeah, when Prince was younger, he first come out, Rick James had him on his tour, and then he noticed Prince was doing some of the same things he was doing, so he had him bumped off his tour.
Who shit is that? Is
Prince,
that
hey,
Kyle's
Prince,
or?
Prince, I don't know who that is. That's a great girl. But Prince was lighting the crowd up, man. Yeah. But yeah, Rick James gave a cold tour, man. Cold concert, man. He was a bad boy.
Damn, that shit.
I wish I had caught that Parliament back in the day when I was a kid, man. The one that Deuce was talking about with
Oh
the
yeah,
ship coming
mothership.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
I ever since I first heard about how the concert went, man, I was sick, man. I said, man, I wish I was a youngster though.
Yeah, fuck it, man. Like I've been in some shit. I mean, I done seen probably some of the biggest artists at least in my time so far. I've seen Jay, I've seen Nas, I've seen M, I've seen Drake, I've seen Wayne, I've seen all the, as far as the rappers go, I've seen all those big dudes, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to catch some of the legends on their way out before they go or before they stop touring. So I don't got a lot left. I want to see Red Hot Chili Peppers, I want to see Metallica, uh so a couple people that aren't rap that I want to see, but I've seen all the old school bands. You can see all of them, from the Shy Lights to the OJs to the these and that, Delphonics, all that shit. Al Green, I've seen all them shit. Smokey Robinson, I've seen all them dudes for sure. But I know it's nothing like when they were in their prime and really like the top motherfuckers. Now they're just old ass men just singing on a microphone. Someone still got the dance moves though. And I done seen Rakim, I done seen Big Daddy Kane, I seen LL, so I seen some of the old OGs too. I'll try my best, man. I just like to experience that shit. It's a different vibe when you're there in person enjoying music with a bunch of strangers that love the same music. For sure. Just like going to a fight, man. Even though the view of going to a fight fucking sucks compared to watching at home, it still feels better to be there.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing like live music anyway, man. Live music is just put you on a whole different vibe.
Yeah, big facts. And then when certain motherfuckers really get off, they get hitting them notes and they let the guitar do his thing for it, gives a little solo in there, and the drummer, and you just like, yeah, these motherfuckers is talented. They doing this right in front of my face. No studio equipment, no producer, no editing this shit and running it back through and mastering it. This is live on the spot.
I wish I could have caught the likes of James Brown.
Oh yeah,
in concert.
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh man, yeah.
I would even go with some of them rock bands, man. Some of the AC/DCs and Rolling Stones, Grateful Dead, like fucking Guns N' Roses. I mean, if I live long enough, I mean, in that time, I don't know if I'd be allowed to, but I wouldn't mind seeing Elvis and the Beatles and Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, the Rat Pack shit. I mean, all that shit. Johnny Cash, man. I would love to see some shit like that, but yeah, man, some good peeps. Well, it looks like just me and you, big dog. So Kyle dipped, everyone dipped. It's about 1 in the morning here. I think it was good, man. I'm trying to get Kyle to get back on these late nights and then get a couple morning shows in. I told him to get some big interviews lined up, so hopefully he'll have something for everybody soon. I know he has some big moves in the work, and he got his connections and he hates using them. But I told him, bro, you better start making some phone calls and getting some motion over here, man. So, shout out Kyle, big homie, always giving us a platform to shoot our shit. In the wise words of Lil E, I want to try to breathe air, and live life. It's always a treat players meet. Thank you for breaking bread with me, and we'll be back soon. Peace out, y'all.
All right.